Okay, folks, we're going to do a little carpet farming here today. And you can see I've got some stuff out here prepared for y'all. Well, I saw a comment here a few minutes ago on Facebook, and a person asked, how should I plant my sorghum sedan grass? So we're going to use some props today and talk about the most efficient, best way to get the best results from your sorghum sedan grass this year. First of all, everybody always wants to take the easy route, the fast route, and sometimes that's not the right route. So when you talk about going down to the fertilizer plant, getting some fertilizer, getting your sorghum sedan grass seed or your hay grazer or pearl millet, and you think you're going to blend it with some fertilizer and go broadcast it and drag it or harrow it in, that might work. But in order for you to get the best depth control, the most seed to soil contact, and the most seed out of the ground, making a live, efficient plant, you need to probably use a different method to get that done. Now, if I had my choice about it, you'd go out there, and if you were doing conventional tillage, you take yourself a packer. This is kind of a soil finisher that I picked up here to use for my toy collection. Hit it with that thing, get things nice and smooth, firmed up really well ahead of time. And then, folks, come out with an air seeder, come out with the drill. Maybe you got a setup like mine where you got an old 4440 and a old press drill. That's going to give you a good enough metering mechanism, 6.5, 7.5, 10-inch spacing, whatever it might be. Go get that stuff drilled in where you can get it an inch deep, get it into moisture, get it covered up, get some seed to soil contact on there with those closing wheels on these apparatus, because all of that stuff does matter to get a good seed out of the ground. So let's do it right the first time and not just screw around, if that makes sense. So again, I would not suggest that the best method to do it is to just throw it on top of the ground and harrow it in. But if you do, use the soil finisher first, then put the seed on, and then come back and soil finish it again over the top, because you need to have a good seed bed to get that stuff germinated and out of the ground. So then let's get into the forage sorghum, which is generally the silage type sorghums, true forage sorghum. We really like to see those changed up and not planted with the drill, and definitely not spread with a fertilizer cart. So then you switch gears and you go to a planter with rows. Generally it works better that way because we are putting on such a low population. We're probably only doing somewhere between 60 and 90,000 seeds per acre, which is about 4 pounds to 5 pounds, maybe up to 6 pounds of seed. Now, if you can get a planter with row units, get your depth set correctly, inch and a half deep, and singulate that seed, you're going to have a much better stand, better success with your silage production. So then I'm going to get the cowboy that says, I don't have a corn planter. I'm not going to go buy units for the one that I have, and I'm going to do it a different way. So how can I plant 4 to 5 pounds of forage sorghum with the grain drill that I had? So we're going to go back to this method again, and we're going to talk about the grain drill. Now, if you've worked with a grain drill very often, you know that you're not going to get that metering system opened up easily to get 4 pounds of seed to flow from that. Your chart doesn't even go to 4 pounds most likely. So what I've had people do is take the Miracle gray duct tape, put tape across 2 holes, plant out of every 3rd hole. So now you're going to be on 22.5-inch spacings, and we're going to set the drill. If you're trying to get 4 pounds, set the drill at 12 pounds. You'll be planting out of every 3rd row with a wider gap so you can get 4 pounds per acre down. Hope that all made sense to everybody. If it didn't, you can get a hold of me and we can talk about it. But there are some things I'd like to see you do. Sorghum sedan grass, pearl millet, use a drill for sure. Air seeder would work beautiful. If you're going to do sorghum for a single crop system, let's try to use a planter so we can put them in rows and singulate everything. So now, folks, I know that you're not all going to listen to what I said here, but you asked the best way. I'm going to give you the best way for the most success and less risk. Now, you're going to do it however you're going to do it. Somebody's probably going to throw it off the back of a four-wheeler. Somebody might even throw it off a saddle horse driving down the fence line. I don't know. But you ask, how should we do it? Those are the ways you should do it. Hope you all have a great day. Thanks again, Jeff Jackson, the Forage Fanatic. We're out.